Welcome back to the Mike Huckabee Show. I'm sure you are aware that a few days ago, I decided that enough was enough when I heard all of this incredible hate speech being directed toward Dan Cathy and the Cathy family, who are the owners of the Chick-fil-A restaurant chain, all because they support traditional marriage. Now, they don't force it in their stores. They don't, insist that upon customers or employees. It's just their personal beliefs. And last time I checked, America was a place where people could have a belief and express it personally. Well, the activist gay community has just gone crazy about this and call for national boycotts and essentially trying to put them out of business, which is a form of economic bullying. And they've been engaged in some of the most vicious hate speech toward the company and specifically toward the family I've ever seen, very undeserved. Chick-fil-A just wants to sell chicken. They don't really get into politics all that much. But now they've been drug into it by these groups that want to destroy their business. And some of us decided, we ought to stand up with them. So I said, let's have a appreciation day for Chick-fil-A. Wednesday, August the 1st. Just go eat at Chick-fil-A. We're not doing a political rally. We're not having a big bunch of signs printed. Just go eat. And one of the first major organizations that joined in this was the National Organization for Marriage, a highly respected, large outreach, essentially to try to encourage people to recognize the civilization rests on the idea of a good marriage. Brian Brown is the president of the National Organization for Marriage, and he joins me now here on the Mike Huckabee Show. Brian, thanks for being here, and thanks for standing up for this fine family and for the issue, just to say it's okay.
Well, thank you, Governor Huckabee. You've been a real leader, and we were proud to follow suit. And, August 1st, we're encouraging all our folks to get out there, and I think it's going to be a real show of support. Some of the emails I've gotten, I think a lot of people, they hold their beliefs. Every time the people in this country have gone to the ballot box, they've voted to protect marriage as the union of a man and a woman, even in more liberal states. And people are sort of just tired at the idea that if you have a man like Dan Cathy or Truett Cathy, men that have stood up, done a great job in creating a business. Anyone who's eaten there knows that they're highly professional and they show love and respect for everyone. But just by standing up and stating his beliefs, his Christian beliefs, that somehow you have all this hate speech directed at him, and you even have the Boston mayor saying he's going to shut down. He's not going to allow Chick-fil-A into Boston. I mean, that in and of itself is discrimination, and we need to stand behind folks like the Cathys, and we're proud to do it.
Well, it was that Boston mayor's comments that kind of pushed me over the edge, and I thought, wait a minute. When you have elected officials saying you can't do commerce in my town because I disagree with you in your personal life, that really was just a bridge too far. Brian, I want to also mention, Facebook tried to censor the event page that we had created. It had about 1 million hits and over 100,000 people had said we'll show up at a Chick-fil-A. I was shocked that Facebook said that didn't keep with their standards, but they had a page that was also running that was same-sex kiss day at Chick-fil-A restaurants on another day that they were trying to promote, and that was okay. Now, since Facebook has relented and put the page back up, does it surprise you, though, the double standard and the attitude that anything that a Christian does is hideously wrong and bigoted, but if you take a position that really is out of the mainstream, we're going to protect that and say it's okay?
Well, unfortunately, at this point, it doesn't surprise me, and that is unfortunate because we've seen so much, In the wake of Proposition 8, we saw a waitress, a small restaurant actually boycotted, people screaming and jeering at a waitress for simply giving $100. We saw men and women attacked and threatened at their homes because folks put their home addresses up. And just time and time again, we've seen the sort of lawlessness. It's really sort of no longer do proponents of same-sex marriage just want to have an open and civil debate. They want to shut down the debate and label us as bigots. But I think things like this, folks like Dan Cathy standing up, people rallying behind them, is exactly what we need in this country. People refusing to back down, doing it in love, doing it in respect, but not being willing to be cowed. And we are on the right side of history. A lot of times you hear supporters of same-sex marriage, folks who want to redefine marriage, say well, this is the future. Well, again, whenever people have voted, they voted to protect marriage. And this is a really simple and civilization-defining idea, that it takes a man and woman to make a marriage. And simply for saying it, it's absolutely unconscionable that people will then want to try and hurt you, that Facebook would want to shut you down. But we have the power in our hands, both through voting and also through where we take our dollars, and simply in refusing to be cowed, refusing to be quiet in the face of this sort of intimidation. So God bless you for leading a lot of people in doing what's right and standing up for the Cathys.
Well, Brian, thank you. And my thanks also to the National Organization for Marriage, a highly respected family organization that has been willing to courageously show leadership in states where there have been ballot measures to not change something, but rather to leave it alone, to simply allow us to continue in the traditional view of marriage. And thanks so much again for being here. Hope to chat again soon.
Thank you.